Welcome back. Today we're going to look at loading Avro data into SingleStore. Whether you're loading Avro data as files or from pipelines, SingleStore supports Avro natively. You can get a link to the sample repository in the description below. Inside the repository is a Docker Compose file that spins up a SingleStore cluster together with Kafka and an Avro registry. I've got that content running. And if I hit my registry, we can see that we have no subjects yet. Let's go create some subjects. Here's the two schemas, and we've set them into place. Now back in my registry, let's refresh, and we can see both schemas. Here's the schema, and we can see we have name, ID, first name, and last update date, which is of type string. Now Avro doesn't support a date type. The closest it can get is to serialize it as a Unix epoch, as an int. And we want to grab more information, so we'll leave it as a string. Now I don't have any files yet. Let's create some files. Now we have a bunch of Avro files. We can run another Node app to be able to look at the contents of each file. That's great. Now let's load them into place in a database. In the sample repository is init.sql that includes all the SQL that we need, whether we want to load them in as files or in a pipeline. In this case, we'll use a pipeline. Let's create the database. We'll use that database. And I can see that I can hit Control-Enter to run the commands. I'll hit Control-Enter and create the table. And now here's the pipeline sample. I'm going to create or replace a pipeline that loads all of the Avro data into place. I'm grabbing each of the fields from the Avro data and setting it into the columns in my table. Let's create that pipeline. And now we'll test our pipeline. Yep, that's going to work out great. Let's start the pipeline and load the content into place. It looks like that succeeded. And no errors. Here's all of the Avro files loaded into my table. When you're loading Avro into SingleStore, it's super easy to use a pipeline. Thanks for watching.